What's up, guys? It's MopedJet. Why is it called MopedJet? I want a moped, I want a jet, and that's it. In this episode, completely, it was supposed to go like three different directions, and now this is the fourth direction. We chose option four because the first, obviously, stark difference from last episode. I'm not pimped out, you know. I didn't get the job. I know it's terrible. I don't know what they were thinking, but they didn't give your boy the job. I was spiffy, I was knowledgeable, but at least they didn't waste my time. They didn't keep me in suspense. They gave me a nice email. They said I didn't get the job. Now, that was the first direction. It was supposed to be an episode. I'm slubby. I was going to be a little depressed. Play it up a little bit. But then I just got a phone call. You guys listening to me? I just got a phone call that changed everything. Literally right before I was going to do this podcast, I checked my voicemails because I'm old and boring, and I checked my voicemails, and I had 3 job offers. Well, from the same place, but I had this woman who called me 3 times. So I called her back before the show started. It's a big one. I don't mess around with no rink-a-dink job offer. This is a big job offer. It's not as life-changing as the other job I didn't get, but it's still in that life-changing category. You know what I'm saying? I'm stepping out. I'm not making any 20s. There's no 2 in front of my hourly wage no more, pretty much. I'm in the 3s, baby. I'm in the 3s. I make at least $30 an hour now. Okay? That's my lowest price point. And this job would, I think, stick me. Well, let me explain myself. The job that just called me, they were just like, hey, we're looking to hire a class of people. Like, they want to hire, like, 40 individuals rather than just interviewing one at a time. So it seems like they're hiring as a class, and they're going to hire me in this class. So they basically told me, look, in few or so words, like, you got the job. They're just like, they called, the voicemail was like, we're trying to call you. I called back. I'm like, it's me. And then they're like, here's these details. This, that, and that. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds good to me. And she was like, okay, well, then the next time I hit you up, I'll be sending your salary information. Because you're a professional in killing the earth. Not in a pollution way, but in a professional trying to get this money way. And when I say killing the earth, I mean killing the system of economics and money and commerce. I'm running this adult shit, dude. So basically, this podcast was supposed to be kind of me being sad and kind of talking about what I probably did wrong in the interview. I'll probably still get into that. But I'm a lot happier now because I went from a place of... If you've been following me, if you've been following me for some weird reason, thank you. Thank you. But if you've been following me up to this point, you probably have noticed I pulled back on everything else. I pulled back on YouTubing and Twitching and all that stuff. And because I am an adult, I don't know how many times I'm going to have to let you guys know about this podcast, but I'm grown up. And there comes to a point in time in life where, like, at least how my brain functions, I can't 100% do extracurriculars like creative stuff, music, yada, 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 until my real life is set. And I'm currently on a temporary job, a very good paying temporary job. It's changing my life, but it's temporary, and I was staring down the barrel of inevitable unemployment, and that was giving me a lot of stress. You don't necessarily want to jump on a camera and make stupid faces and fart noises when you probably are looking at disability and unemployment and maybe homelessness if you don't get your shit together. So that's why I've not been on camera. That's why I've not really been on YouTube other than these MopedJet clips. And don't worry, I got plans for YouTube. But once I get a job, I'll have the peace of mind to create, and especially a job like this. So yeah, basically I'm blessed. My God is better than yours, and yeah, it's showing. It's showing every day. I'm glad I'm on the winning team in the spiritual realm. My brother, he graduated. He's the last one to do it, man. All of my siblings are now fully fledged professional adults. It's kind of weird. I asked my mom, I was like, how's it feel? How's it feel to have everybody, like, all of us can go to jail and you wouldn't even know. That's how old we are. And she said it's kind of bittersweet. She said it's fast. She said she remembers my kindergarten graduation, let alone my little brother's bachelor degree graduation. Oh, and by the way, he's gonna be straight too. I don't know if I said that last podcast. I said a lot of shit. Also, my memory sucks, so I don't remember half the shit I say, even like 2 hours ago. But yeah, he's already got a job he's walking into. He's gonna be making as much as I am at 22. So he's doing really well. But yeah, it was just odd though. Like at the graduation, I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm getting. I mean, I am old, but maybe I'm just getting old because, like, first of all, those college kids look like children. They look like literal children. I'm not even trying to be cute. Like, oh, they look like I cannot believe I was in college and I thought I was grown. I think I talked about that. Like, once you're out of a demographic, how weird it is when you look back at that, like the next generations of that demographic. You're like, I look like that? That's weird. But yeah, it was a great graduation. I went to there was two we had because it's a huge campus. So this is the one graduation where it's literally everybody that is breathing and went to the school, and then there's the ones where like the school of whatever, like school of English, the school of business, and then that's the graduation I went to, and I told him that, so he shouldn't have expected any more or any less from me. So I went there, and it opened up with bagpipes, which was odd choice. I want to say his major, but I don't want to give any information away because I'm a private person. But basically, his class, like the people he graduated, there were some white kids, but they weren't like white. Like one's last name was Yakapocalypse or something like that, like Yonagakak. You know what I'm saying? It ends with that. If you're white and your last name ends with the OLIS, you're not like from America. We know that. So you're like a little different white. You're off white. And so there's a lot of off white kids, Asian kids, South Asian kids. Is that the political correct term for Indians and Arabic people? Yeah, but they played bagpipes, and I thought there would be a lot more English, Irish representation or something. Mm-hmm. I don't know if Irish and Scottish people are known for their I mean, they make some cool architecture, but it was just a weird choice, and it was a weird choice because they played bagpipes for 7 minutes while the graduates. Well, I said it right. The graduates were walking in, and I was like, this would have been great if it was any other instrument, piano, drums, flute, guitar, even. Like just let Slash come and shred it out for 7 minutes as they're coming and sitting down. It would have been way better than the freaking bagpipe that sounds kind of like how I would sound like if snakes could be filled with air and then you squeeze it out really fast. That's kind of like how they sound. And so, what else about graduation? Oh, and this is where I think I might be getting too old. Because I just felt like, I know colleges are supposed to be progressive and stuff, and I'm progressive, I'd like to consider myself. But I just felt like there was too much progression. Like we're moving forward too fast. Like we're moving forward, now we're just like going off the edge of the map type of progression. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a time where one of the presenting speakers, he's like a professor there and it's talking about architecture, and then all of a sudden he's like, I want to first, while they're handing out diplomas, I want to give a shout out to, I guess he was talking about the campus was built on, obviously, all of America's Indian burial ground. And so he was referring to the fact that this university has been built on land that was taken from Native Americans, and it's a place of institution for people with money and keeps the poor out. So not only did you take what's not yours and turn it into something else, but you made something that is yours and you're keeping people out of. It's pretty much what he was saying, which was something. I agree. It's a very, it's actually a very, very brave observation to make at a graduation. After, I mean, you waited till you got all the family's money first before you remind them of this fact, for sure. But it was an interesting thing to do. But then he goes and he like names all of them, all the tribes. Like I guess he did his research and all the originating tribes that were on the campus or in the area. He like researched them all and then shouted them all out. And he's like, I want to give thanks to the Yadas, and that's racist. It didn't mean to be, but it sounds racist. You know, Shout out to my tribes, pretty much, is what he did. But then I instantly thought, the comic brain that I have, and cynical, I thought, okay, but what does that do? Like, this is hundreds and hundreds of years after, like, meanwhile, those people have been moved to reservations probably or scattered throughout America and lost of their culture. And we just get, and U of I is, oh shit, I just said it, but the university's still just standing, no matter how many sorries you say. It still makes money. You're not donating money to those tribes. You're not giving out a scholarship from that school to those tribes. You're just saying, we're sorry. You know, like, it's kind of like if I stole a car and I've had it for, 10 years, and, like, I raised my family in that car. And at the end of their graduation or whatever, I'm like, this car, I stole it from a man with a family of 5, and they probably needed it more than me at the time, and it was theirs, but I came over here, I saw it, and I wanted it, and so I took it. And I've been making Uber Eats money and DoorDash money, and I've been raising my family, going on vacations with it, really getting my best life out of it. But I want to give a moment of silence for the guy who used to drive this car. All right, kids, pack up in the back. We're going to Guam or whatever. I don't know. I try to make a last-minute joke there, but it doesn't do anything, is what I'm trying to say. It's already happened, like, 10 years from now. And that was just being nice. Like, obviously, this is hundreds and hundreds of years from now. And this is probably the first time. This is the first century we're starting to be like, I guess that was kind of bad, right? It was just funny. There's other things I just kind of ignore. Oh, some kid made, like, a class speech. And I understand that you write these down. You want to sound as professional and ready and prepared as possible. But this kid goes, I reflected back to my sophomore year where I met, and he named off these kids by name. And then he was like, I just want to shout out. Obviously, I didn't say shout out, but bear with me. I wanted to just thank those people's parents real quick, because you guys raised. He said, as I was sitting there conversing with them, the only thing I could think of is, wow, what a good job their parents did. Okay, now imagine you're 20, not even at the time, he'd have to be 19, 20 years old at the time. When you meet a friend, do you think about their parents and how, like, wow, this guy's so cool, I bet his dad really tried hard to make that happen. That's not a thought you have. So it just came to a point where you're, like, trying to overdo it, it felt like. But shout out to my brother, man. He's been working hard. That's a hard degree he got. It's a profitable degree. And one of these days, we're just going to be swimming in money, man. And we're going to live stream it. It's going to be great. It's going to be sick. Trying to think about what happened in the world that's not nerdy as hell. I've been playing a lot of Zelda. So, obviously, I can talk about the new Zelda, but not really, because I'm not playing the new Zelda. I'm playing the old Zelda, which is kind of the new Zelda. It's kind of exactly the same, other than, like, a couple of tweaks and some assets switching around. But other than that, it's pretty much the same game, which I don't mind. I don't understand why people thought it was going to be any different. They've been done that almost, I think, except Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, even though they were planning to do it with Wind Waker. But yeah, they're, like, Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, they use the same assets. No one complained about that. But whatever. I said I wasn't going to go down that road. Here I am, walking down that road. Man, I'm just trying to think. I mean, it's only a 15-minute podcast for a reason, man. I've been drinking a lot of Celsius. Celsius? Is that the plural? The one thing about Celsius, though, is that everything is cool. It sounds cool, but it's one of those things that it might be too good to be true type of things. Because one serving, and one container has one serving in it, so all these nutritional facts are for the container, the entire serving. One can is 10 calories, and everything seems really cool, right? Up until, this is going to be backwards, but if you grab a Celsius, there's like the supplemental facts, and there's a black bar, and there's a second black bar. And under that second black bar, it says Meta Plus proprietary blend. Now, there's 1.81 grams of that in here. What's fishy to me is that this proprietary blend contains taurine, guarana extract, caffeine, glucuronolactone, ginger extract, green tea leaf extract, but they don't tell you how much is in it to make up the proprietary blend. So the proprietary blend could be 100% caffeine. It could be 1.81 grams of caffeine. It could be a mix of anything to get to 1.81 grams of this proprietary blend. I'm such a fucking nerd. But yeah, all my Celsius drinkers out there, isn't it great, dude? It feels like someone like kicked your ass in a good way. I kind of feel like Jonah Hill and Get Him to the Greek, that scene where he gets stabbed in the heart and screams he's alive. I think with an EpiPen. Oh man, that movie was ridiculous. I haven't seen any new movies. We've been watching The Sopranos now, and I know I'm gonna sound old. I don't know if I like it though yet. It's one of those shows that you can kind of have on, and you can kind of like. It's like you're watching it, right? And then it gets you to watch it, but then when you're watching it, you're like, nothing's really happening. They're just kind of talking and kind of like using an Italian accent. And then so you start fading out, and then something happens. And then you're like, wait, what? And then you have to rewind a few scenes because in that scene where it seems like nothing was happening, they have an exchange about something that is going to be something huge. It's just weird. It's like, I don't know how to like come to a conclusion today and really pack what I'm trying to say into an actual paragraph. But The Sopranos, it's good, but I just don't know what's going on all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ozark is one of my favorite drama action shows because I know exactly what's going on. I paid attention. But it's just like it made you pay attention. It moves so fast. I don't know. The Walking Dead made you pay attention, but it moves at a pace that reminds me of The Sopranos. It's hard, but The Sopranos is good. It is a riveting performance. I just tend to play Wii U while I'm watching it, is all. I've been trying to like put my handhelds in my my phone down to actually watch it. We just got done with season 1. Yeah, because I want to watch it. I want to give it the attention it deserves. But it seems like it's good. And that wasn't funny at all. I don't think this episode has been that funny. It's just been... Not every episode's going to be funny, to be honest. Every episode is going to be whatever the fuck I want to talk about. And sometimes I'm a funny guy, and sometimes I'm real, man. Sometimes I just want to talk. I think it's a good tool to get things on my off my chest. I don't want to get things on my chest. That would be an interesting stream, just me stacking shit on my chest. Already failed. Okay, dumb joke. Okay, I got open mic tonight. Probably gonna bomb at this rate. I actually have a bigger show. I have my first show that's like at a comic show. Like it's a event that you have to like call in and be like, hey, I'm gonna be there, and then they write you down for 5 to 8 minutes. That's gonna be my debut, man. I feel like that's the big time for where I'm at. There's a few mics around here, but this is the mic that's just a comedy mic. You have to kind of RSVP. People come here to see comedy. I'm kind of nervous. I'm kind of nervous because I have a few jokes. I have one joke that's like a guarantee smash, but I kind of want to find at least one more before I go there. But I mean, that's just comedy, man. Maybe tonight I'll find that joke. Because I got a couple of things. I just the way I approach comedy, I just write things that are funny down, and then if it works, it works, you know. If people don't like it, then I don't ever say it again. But if they like it, then I give it the 3 runs. If they like it, then I put a star next to it, and then I say it 2 more times, and if it makes people laugh out loud 2 more times, then I give it a gold. And only one joke has done that so far, and that's my back pocket. I know it'll make you laugh. That's my go-to when I'm having a bad night type shit. But yeah. Well, I'm just going to end it there. It's gotten up to 20 minutes, and I don't want to waste your time anymore. So this is MopedJet. Why is it called MopedJet? I am Joshua Pierce, and that's why. No, I'm just kidding. I just fucked up my outro. I want a moped, I want a jet, man. And at this rate, with this job that I'm looking at, probably gonna get it.